What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Marco Show. I'm sorry, wrong show. You're not my type,
Very
bro.
Begins.
See you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, welcome back. We got a killer show for you with a lot of new fun stuff. Remember to like, subscribe, hate, love, whichever your jam is nowadays. Whatever makes
love.
you happy. Yeah, all love, all love. Well, I'm easy to remember. I hate everyone equally. Hatred is a fun hobby. I tell you. Have you tried hatred?
Sometimes.
So it's super fun. It's super fun. Listen, we got a killer show. And we're just gonna jump right back into it with cocktails and complaints.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute. Cheers. Since I'm hosting this show, I almost feel like I should go last, and I should have my partners go first. So actually, you know what? Let's go the other way around for a change. Sure. We always go like I go to my left. Let's go to my right. Cocktails and complaints. Let's hear the complaint of the week, Mr. Duane.
All right, the cocktail. Excuse me. I swear I've only had this one.
All right.
The most important part is the cocktail.
Yeah.
The complaint I had. So the Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex.
Okay.
She released her new lifestyle documentary. I guess that's what you would call it.
Oh, that's right.
There's been a lot of uproar and a lot
I'm
of
going to put this a
backlash.
little bit closer. I want to hear what you have to say,
She's
especially
a
with
little-
Meghan Markle. Yeah.
She's a little, tone deaf, and
A little.
tone deaf for the current economic climate, which is fine. However, like I've always wondered, and I'm not like a Meghan Markle fan. What is the vitriol? I'm complaining about why people hate this woman so much. Like, why do people care that much?
Yeah.
Like, I could see, I kind of understand, Kim Kardashian with some people because they're everywhere, or they used to be, and you're bombarded with it.
Yeah.
You get annoyed. But her, why? What's the hatred? And that's my complaint. Why do people care?
So your complaint is that she sucks, or that she doesn't suck and people don't like her?
I am complaining that people bitch about her so much.
Ah.
If you don't like her,
Right.
okay. If you like her, you like her. But I don't think why is she such a big deal? What's the problem?
Well, I don't have a problem with Meghan Markle. I think she's fine. Like when she was on Suits, I watched the show. I enjoyed her performance on Suits. I thought she was a good actress. I thought she was fine. I think people don't like her because they feel like and I could be completely wrong on this, but I feel like a lot of people feel like she took advantage of Harry in that situation to like elevate herself. And the thing is like, okay, this is something that you wanted, so you went for this guy. It's not like you met this guy and you're like, who is this person? I don't know who this guy is. It's Prince Harry, right? So you knew what type of life would come with marrying someone in the royal family. And so she followed through with that. They got married, and then she's like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. Right. And I think that's why people don't like her, because here she is given this silver platter in this amazing life, and then she like more or less to some of these people pulls this man away from his family, creating discord in his family, and now the brothers aren't really brothering as much. Yep. And I think people are
brothering.
I think people are jealous of her. She's beautiful. She's married to a prince, like
Princess Diana's son, a prince.
Exactly. So people just want to hate on her, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to watch the show. I saw some clips of it on Netflix.
It's so disconnected from reality.
I don't have a problem with her. Personally speaking.
Well, I don't have a problem with her because I don't care enough about her existence to have a problem with her. But the one thing I am so allergic to is inauthenticity. And when you come off as fake, and everything about her strikes me as just inauthentic, as fake, as always the victim, the perfect. I heard her on a podcast, back when I was listening to Howard Stern, and he played, some of her stuff. And it's kind of like that show. I saw 30 seconds of her new show. It's just so disconnected. It's so fake. That whole pretending wannabe, I'm a gardener, I'm in the garden making organic thing, Martha Stewart, And then this whole, we left the royal family, racism, and I wasn't welcome. But then, because we wanted privacy. But then, of course, we moved to Montecito next to Oprah and released 3 books because we want privacy. You know what I mean? It's just, again, the the hypocrisy and the dual standard. Like, if you want privacy, dude, you guys can afford it. Go buy an island in Fiji like Johnny Depp did and get the fuck out of here. No,
Can they afford it,
you know,
though?
you go to Montecito next to Oprah and release 3 books bad-mouthing everybody, but you then complain that, you know, everybody's after you. You're fake. If to me you come off as fake, I loved her in Suits. It was a great show.
Yeah, great show.
But outside of that, she just screams opportunity. And I know what her MO was with this. She truly wanted to be the next Lady Di kind of thing, but who wouldn't? But it's just nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying it. And I know you're not buying it. You know, I'm not buying it. Nobody's buying it. Clearly, most people aren't buying it. You know.
I think for me, it's one. We're not walking in her shoes, and
Thank
two,
God.
What's that?
I'll be walking her.
But I think this idea that they brought this on themselves or that they asked for privacy, I think people forget that what they asked for was to take a step back. They didn't ask to completely leave the royal family. They wanted to be, you know, junior royal family members like Princess Eugenie and Beatrice. They were told they couldn't be half in and half out. So if they get cut off from funds, what are they supposed to do? And
Work?
They're never not,
Get a job.
right. But they're doing that.
Yeah.
He's a prince of England, and I mean he has to support his family in a certain kind of way. He has to pay for his own security. There's a certain kind of lifestyle to upkeep. I just don't understand why people. I guess my complaint is, why do you care that they're doing what they need to do? They're never not going to be private.
You know what?
Never.
Not that you put it like that.
He's
yeah.
the son of literally
Yeah.
arguably one of the most
Yeah.
famous women that's ever walked the earth.
Yeah.
So
And I remember. No, I remember when she died. I was very young, but I still
Yeah.
remember. And I just think that with her, I think sometimes there's a feeling I think out there that people just think she takes someone else's spot that actually has talent and should have the platform that she has and will do actually something good with it. And I think I just don't believe her, man.
Okay.
You know, when you meet somebody, it doesn't matter in what walks of life. At the end of the day, she's just a woman. But I just don't believe you. There's
Does
nothing.
she bother you that much?
Oh no! I forgot she existed till you brought it up. Yeah, no. Trust me. In real life, if this was on the street, I'd be like, "Who? Move on." You know. What made you think of that?
I was just reading. I was on Instagram, and you know, there's different posts about her. The Huffington Post.
Oh yeah.
People magazine. You get in the comments section, you just see.
Yeah.
It's very polarized.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But anytime you see her name, it's very polarized. I'm just like, why is she such a topic?
Yeah.
She's just polarizing as Trump, but Trump is the president.
Right.
She's got a Netflix documentary.
It's just interesting because it's like she's one of those people that people like to hate on, but they don't really have a solid good reason, except for like things that maybe we just said.
Mm-hmm.
But I have that same thing, and I'm just gonna put this out there, even though I know a lot of people love her. Jennifer Garner. There's something about Jennifer Garner to me that I'm just like,
Really?
yeah, I just don't. I'm just like, Jennifer Garner again. Like I don't.
She's
The
just
happiest
boring.
person on earth.
Maybe
She's
that's
fucking
what it
boring,
is. I
dude.
just
Boring,
don't
but she's
get it.
happy.
Oh, she's happy.
I'm happy that she's happy. but
Bitch,
there's
if you have
something about her.
$125 million in your bank and you're not happy, I will punch you in the face. Okay.
That's just one of the things. There's people
Unless you're
out
clinically
there.
depressed.
There's people out there that people hate on, and I immediately just said I hate on her a little bit, but I don't have a really solid good reason. Except for there's just something about her. I'm just like, she just bothers me.
We go from one black man to the next. Of course, I'm always last. You see how this works? This is so racist.
Yes.
I love talking shit. Oh my God, what a great
Well.
outlet. Theo, your complaint of the week, of the month, of the year. Where are we?
Okay,
It's March. Let's hear it.
it's been a minute, and this happened to me a while back, and I wanted to talk about it before, but I just never got the opportunity to do that. And I was at work, and I have this customer that comes in, and he was coming in with his partner every Friday. They get like a bottle of wine, chit chat, hang out, whatever. And this was just right before the holidays, so like I said, it's been a minute. And we had built up this nice rapport, and I was talking to them about the holidays and what they were doing for New Year. And I was talking to them about some friends of mine that were going to Asia. They're going to Thailand, and they were going somewhere else, Asia. And I was saying how on New Year's Eve that they were going to go to this event called White Party. A lot of gay men have been to the White Party before. They used to happen in Palm Springs all the time. They now have one in Bangkok. It's just like a big circuit party.
And you went to the Sean Combs ones as well, the white parties he threw.
Which one?
The P. Diddy ones.
No. I didn't go to those. But anyway,
Bathroom.
I was just telling them
Three
that my
bottles
friends
of
are going
baby
to
oil
this
was
party.
back there.
I'm telling them
Still
that
our love. Look at him. He's still
Can I
shiny.
can I finish the story?
No, we're having
Can I
too
finish the
much
story?
fun. Nah.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm telling them that my friends are going to this party, and one of them, they're an interracial couple. One is Asian, one is white, and the white guy was like, "Oh, they're going to those parties. They go to those parties," and I was like, "Yeah, I go to those parties too. I've met some of my closest friends that I've been friends with for years at some of those parties, and like a lot of guys don't go to those events, and that's fine. You don't have to, but I do enjoy them." And the thing that he brought up immediately was like, well, you know the type of people that go to those parties, and I'm paraphrasing, he more or less compared people that go to those types of events to child molesters, to pedophiles. It's the way that he said it. He was like, I think I might have told you this story. Yeah,
Showed it. He was there, right?
he wasn't there. He wasn't there. But the way he said it was just kind of like, there's so many. Sex is such a big trade in Thailand, and that's how people make their money, and they're so used to doing that. And there's all these men come from these other countries, and they take advantage of these young boys, these underage, like 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, whatever it is. And I'm just like, wait, hold up. Are you saying that like people that go to these types of events, because I've been to many of these, and like I said, some of my best friends go to these events, and they're some of the most wonderful people in the world, and they would never do anything like that. Well, I don't know. I'm just telling you what it is. And he got very emotional about it, and he got really heated about it, up to the point where he was like crying, and he had to like get up and go to the bathroom.
Wow.
And his partner was there, and was like,
Issues.
when he got up and went
I
to the
was gonna
bathroom.
say, there's something there.
Yeah, his partner was there, and when he got up and went to the bathroom, his partner was like, looked at me, and he's just like, I'm sorry. So this guy he's a very caring person, and I still don't have a problem with him to this day, but it just really bothered me that he was making that comparison. And so my complaint about that is, you can't make a big, because I'm sure that happens, right? Like
Right.
in Thailand, for sure, there's people that come from outside of that country because they know the sex trade is a really big thing there. It's part of their economy, and they will come there and they will take advantage of underage, women, underage boys, to get their rocks off, and that's wrong. That's terrible. It's completely wrong, and
Hey, speak for yourself.
Jesus Christ!
on the record, just so you know,
Wow.
No, you're right into that.
I think you better walk that back.
I told you we're not doing PC here. If you want PC, go watch what's
Stop
the
it.
chick that makes 20
With
million.
love and Meghan Markle.
My complaint is the fact that this guy came in and he's known me. He knew. I mean, at this point, we've known each other for like a few months, and for you to just throw that out there like it's nothing, and to think that I'm just gonna let that fly and not say anything about
Did
it.
you say something?
Of course, I said
What'd
something
you say
about it. I mean,
Did you punch him out?
no, I said you're completely wrong.
Okay.
I've met some of my best friends at these events, and I'm still friends with these people.
You
And
were a
these people,
victim of being generalized.
yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's my complaint. The people that are making assumptions about this group of people that go to these parties, because let's be 100% clear. You can go to a circuit party, and if you're looking to fuck on the dance floor, you can find that. If you just want to go there and dance with your friends, you can find that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's really what you're going there for. And if you want to go and look for something like that, I'm sure you could probably find that in Thailand too. But don't try to say that everybody that goes to those types of events are pedophiles.
Right.
Gay guys already get that as a thrown on them in many situations.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes,
That's a straight white guy. Really?
100%.
Wow.
And you
That's-
yourself are a gay man, and you're saying that about other gay
It
men.
used to be what straight people would say about us is that we were pedophiles.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Or
I'm
that
not
we're-
interested in children.
I mean, I
personally.
met-
No, I'm interested in men.
Exactly.
I met
To
a lot
your
of gay
point.
guys that like younger boys, but never like kids. Like, because if it that doesn't matter if
Younger
you're gay or
men.
straight, that's
It's
just a
a younger
pedophile.
man, not
They're
younger
of
boys.
age though. They're not pedophiles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To
Okay.
your
Yeah. I
point,
guess you're right.
I would say this. Before I started going to circuit parties, and I don't frequent them, I haven't been to one in a long time. There was, the people that I did hang around with at the time. There was a stigma about circuit parties. And you're right. You can find whatever it is what you make it. You don't have
Totally.
to do anything. And I think that what it sounds like to me is that one, he has some issues. It's either something personal there, or maybe he had a bad experience at a circuit party. But at the same time, let people have their, if they've never been. All right, you want to pass judgment on something you've never experienced?
Right.
Cool. Your opinion holds absolutely no weight. That sounds like you have some sort of back issue, or two, you don't have the balls to actually step into that environment, because it's not necessarily the easiest environment to step into if you've never been before. I think it can be very intimidating, but that's his shit. That's not our shit.
I agree.
I mean, it just
100%.
completely took me by surprise, and he hasn't been back since.
What'd you say to him? Damn.
Damn.
My thing is we can have a conversation and we can disagree. I wasn't yelling at him or anything like that. I was just stating my opinion.
Right.
And then he kind of like walked it back a little bit and tried to like say, well, that's not exactly what I meant. I meant this. He encountered a young boy being solicited. He's been to Thailand many times, and he saw that up front. And then a girl came up to him and tried to solicit him, and he's like, no, I don't want that. And then she said to him, how about this? And it was her little brother who was 10 years old.
Well, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's merging the idea of a circuit party with, child sex trafficking that may happen in Thailand, which are two completely separate different things.
Totally. Totally.
And if you just, I guess, explain that to them, but if they refuse to see, if they've married themselves to that idea, that's the illusion that they want to look at.
Let me ask you something. To all of you listeners and drivers of those cars, when you buy a Prius, do you get a card with it that says you're now entitled to be a dumb fucking asshole in the way you drive?
I had this
We
complaint
discussed this before.
Y'all said that I was being
discussed this
prejudiced
before.
against the Prius
No,
drivers.
But
Now
I gotta come
Now
back.
look.
I gotta come back to this. I drove here today, and I'm just whatever you would think that would be a stereotype that I say the guy acted like he acted, and this was two of them, and it's been going on for years, of course. Like, what the fuck is it? Seriously, what the fuck is it about you? In that, dude, I don't drive like that in the Ferrari. My Lambo friends don't drive like that. Freaking my Beamer dudes, race car drivers don't behave on the road like those fucking. What is it? Seriously, like, go in the comments and enlighten me, because apparently I'm too dumb to understand what the fuck it is about you Prius drivers that makes you think you're entitled to act. What is it? Is it an entitlement thing because you're in a battery car? The fucking Tesla drivers, well, Tesla different now. Now they're bumper sticker, I'm not even going to get into that. And that fucking idiocy, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm so glad your life is so good you can sell a car. Oh, God bless you. Fuck you. But what is it about the Prius driver that makes you think it's okay to act the way you do? I've noticed this entitlement for now 15 years. And it's very specific to specifically a Prius driver.
I always thought,
and seriously, enlighten me.
It was the fact that they were electric, or at least hybrid, and then the size, because they think they're so nimble. But as you said that, I don't really notice them so much anymore. I see a shit ton of Teslas.
You're right.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Kind of have almost a similar entitlement, but not quite. I think it's the size. Yeah. It's the size. Size matters.
Inferiority complex, is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
You complained about this a few weeks ago, and you're complaining about it now.
This is insane.
But what I have to say about this, I've never encountered that with Prius drivers.
What?
Ever. I've never. I don't.
Dude, you live in LA, right?
Yes, but I've
just
never
making
had
sure
that
this is
complaint.
Hollywood.
Them just do the most insane shit.
I've never been around it when it happens.
Or they've been
personally.
either like really fucking slow, or my Uber drivers, they're either really slow, or it's just like, what are you doing?
Dude, the guy just cut me off, almost killed me. Then he stops in a thing, and then wants to back in the middle of Highland Ave. And then when I'm like honking, I was like, dude, like, he like starts acting all confrontation. I'm telling you, there's certain behavior I've seen over 10, 15 years.
An asshole driver is an asshole driver in a Cadillac, in a Prius, in whatever vehicle that they are driving.
I am looking
especially in this town.
I guess you're right, man.
I mean, I remember when Prius first came out, they were everywhere in LA. You could throw a rock and hit a Prius.
Yeah. Thank God Tesla replaced them, because it's at least a better looking car, man. I mean, jeez.
Let's not put that.
Yeah. That's for next episode.
Yeah, let's make that a word that you can't say.
To the unanimous hatred for Prius drivers, except for the ones that are cool.
I don't like them.
No. I'm not cheering to that.
Really?
One.
Damn, we got to start doing it like a score here. You should implement the score, like the majority of people agree with the cocktail and complain. We have a new segment for you today, and it is called Pure Genius, or Pure Insanity. So the way this goes is we're going to bring up certain random topics. We're going to bring up certain topics that we're very passionate about, or that apparently the general population is passionate about, and we're going to ask around the table and then back the other way if this particular event or act or whatever happened is pure genius or pure insanity.
If this flies off the rails, everybody at home, this is Marco's idea.
I love it.
And you know.
Listen, I take full responsibility. The difference between genius and psychopath is measured by success, right?
Okay,
All right.
yes.
Theo, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
I'm going to start with you. I saw Wicked.
Okay.
I love Wicked, the movie. I'm okay with the casting. Was good casting, you know. They did what they had to do, was good. But doesn't matter. The movie was awesome. Loved it. Okay, loved it. I love the original Broadway thing. I saw it initially with my ex in Broadway 20 years ago. It was really good. I even cried during Wicked, the movie, right?
During the movie, you cried.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very sentimental to me and good memories. And I love the score. Whoever the Schwartz guy, whoever wrote the music, fucking. I mean, just to die for. Absolutely incredible. I don't know much about Cynthia Erivo. Erivo, is that what it is? As you can tell, clearly I don't know much about her. She's supposed to. She was cast to play Jesus Christ.
Okay.
In the upcoming Jesus Christ superstar. Pure genius, or is this just pure insanity?
Okay, so first of all, I want to make a comment about Wicked 2. I saw it during Christmas. I hadn't seen the Broadway production.
You never saw the Broadway?
I never saw the Broadway production. I never did. So I was excited to see the movie, and I thought the movie was good. I enjoyed it. I feel like, I was making a joke to Peyton. I was like, watching this movie gave me a little bit of my gay back. You know what I mean?
Did you lose it?
I did. I feel like I lost a little bit of it. A little bit along the way, yes. But, you know, I mean, it's like, like the Broadway gays and the musical theater and that whole kind of thing, because I was really big into musical theater in college and all that, and it kind of slipped away. Anyway, that being said, so I did a little bit of research on this, and this is the Hollywood Bowl production of Jesus Christ Superstar. It's going to be during the summer. It's running August 1st through August 3rd. And is this pure genius or is this pure insanity?
Why do we need to cast a black woman to play Jesus Christ?
Hold on. I'm answering your question. Why do we need to cast anybody to do anything?
No, agreed. But listen, if I got casted to play Jesus Christ, there'd be probably a fucking backlash. But again,
so
pure genius or pure
so
insanity?
what I'm going to
Give
say
us your
is
thoughts.
I believe that this is pure genius. And the reason why I believe this is pure genius is because how you just opened this whole thing about like Wicked and how amazing it was. Cynthia Erivo was nominated in this role, wasn't she? Mm-hmm. So, and then even before she had Wicked, I don't know if anybody here knows, but she was in, was it Respect? The Aretha Franklin. She played Aretha Franklin, and I got to meet her at a screening that was here in LA, and got a picture with her and everything. Maybe I'll throw that up there. But so it's genius because this woman's star is continually rising, and people are like falling in love with her, and they're falling in love with her talent. And I think what's happening is the producers of this Jesus Christ Superstar, this little short run, are wanting to capitalize on that. In addition to that, she's hosting the Tony Awards. And so, like I said, her star is rising. Now, as far as like a woman playing Jesus Christ, right? Like, this is not the first time that something like this has happened. There have been other women that have done this, that particular role in Jesus Christ Superstar, but they're of less notoriety. They are not as high profile as Cynthia Erivo is, and that's probably why you don't really know who these women are.
It's still the same question.
It would still be the same question if it were someone else, is what you're saying, if it were a different woman?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, of course, the fact that she is black and she is a queer woman, people are going to bitch and they're going to complain. And it's just art. It's just another take on something.
But wait a second.
Another take on
I'm
something.
struck. Man, dude, I can't, dude. You're fucking telling me if Reese Witherspoon was casted to play Martin Luther King, you'll be sitting here saying this. No, I'm not. That's a fair question.
No.
No. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Question.
Do not tell me that that's not equivalent.
I don't believe it's equivalent. No.
I mean, I'm sitting,
what
I'm
makes
sitting
it- what
listening
makes it
here, a
equivalent?
black queer woman playing Jesus Christ, and then you guys wondering why people get offended.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking you, if I go and make a movie and I cast Reese Witherspoon as Martin Luther King, it's a simple yes or no question. Are you gonna have a problem with that?
I would want
Because I'm going to be
you
like,
know
well,
what?
listen, she did very well. She did really great playing Johnny Cash's wife. She was a wonderful actress. By the way, she actually won an Oscar. So who's more? And she read a lot of books on Martin Luther King. So why wouldn't she not be qualified
Okay,
to
so
play?
are you saying Reese Witherspoon is going to play Martin Luther King and she's going to be in blackface? Is that what you're saying, or is this going to be Reese Witherspoon?
No,
I mean,
she doesn't need to be in blackface.
They're going to have to like make her up. And, like, make her
Jesus
look
wasn't
like
a
the
black
character.
queer woman, just like Martin Luther King wasn't a white. Why would she have to be blackface? She's just
Well,
going to
that
look like
depends on-
Reese
it
Witherspoon,
depends on-
like Chris Elvira is going to look like.
Do you believe in God? Do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe in
I believe he exists, and
Okay.
and that I
As a historical
yeah.
figure that person did live, supposedly, right? I'm not gonna say I really
he live. It's not supposed.
I'm
Yeah.
saying that I'm considering myself these days agnostic. So
Okay.
you can believe or you cannot believe. Sure, I believe that there's something out there, but in this particular instance, you're asking me if this is genius or if this is insane. I'm giving you the reasons why I believe it is genius, and I think those reasons make sense.
So what's
Because
the main reason this is genius?
It's genius because her star is on the rise, and people want to see her perform.
That's your
People-
reason it's okay for a queer
that's-
black woman to play Jesus
That's my
Christ.
reason why it's genius. Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Ladies
that's
and
100%
gentlemen,
the
you have
reason
your
why it's
first
genius.
answer. We have a cool insert moment. What's her name? Chris Erivo?
Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo. I keep saying
Who is
Erivo.
hosting the who will be hosting the Tony Awards
Tony's.
and who is very high profile.
She is amazing.
And therefore, people will come and see her and spend the money to see her.
And-
So as far as from a production standpoint, it is pure genius.
Absolutely. From a production standpoint,
Yeah.
a black
I mean,
queer
there's
woman
going to be
playing
people that are
Jesus
going to be like,
Christ.
"Oh, she's
Yeah.
black. She's a woman. She can't be Jesus Christ." Well, it's a fucking play. It's a play.
Well, there's your answer. Wait. Well, Theo, you get the next round. Oh, by the way, no, I got to give my 2 cents for that.
You were giving your 2 cents the whole time.
I think you did.
The whole time.
You were
Well,
engaged.
I was going to say, of course, that I think it's pure insanity. I think the only thing
course.
more insanity is thinking it being genius. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Okay. All right. This is going to be less crazy of a
All right.
question. So with Trump having made federal employees return to the office, I have a question for you. Is remote work making people lazy, or is it just proving how unnecessary the office really was? Do you find that when you're working remotely that you're more productive at home, or you're more productive when you go into the office? And does remote work benefit the employee, or do you think it benefits the employer?
So wait, pure genius or pure insanity?
Yeah,
Where's
how
the
I
pure
answer
genius,
that
pure
is
insanity?
genius or
Is it pure insanity that Trump is making people go back to the office to work, or is it pure genius? Because if they're going back to the office to work, the assumption would be for a lot of people that you would be more productive in the office versus if you were working remotely at home.
Well, I mean, what rings out to me is that he's talking about federal employees and going into the office. And if you're working in a federal agency, I would think would be more optimal, just because we don't know what kind of now that there's a lot of information or news and hoopla about sensitive information being out there. I think in that capacity, if you're working in a federal capacity, it would probably be best that you go to the office. So I think it's genius. Now, to answer your question, is it better to work remotely or solely in the office on site? Personally, for me, I prefer hybrid because I like being able to. I think there's more work-life balance when you are working remotely. You can do different things while at home, as well as work.
Masturbating is definitely easier at home than going to
That's not it. You can
Bathroom breaks.
You balance life out a little bit better. I think that there's a mental aspect there that helps. But I think when it comes to working cross-functionally, if you're in a role where you have to work cross-functionally with other departments, when it comes to collaboration, I think there's something to be said for being on site. You can do that remotely. A lot of companies do that very successfully, so I don't think that you have to be on site. But I think that it's advantageous in that manner because there is a sort of energy there that's not necessarily present when you're working, through Google Meets and Teams and Zoom and all of that. So
The verdict is coming in. Pure genius or pure insanity?
pure genius specifically for the federal workers. Yes.
You agree?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Unfortunately, I don't necessarily want to agree with anything Trump does. But I mean,
Pure genius.
I don't want to agree with that. My sister was working. Love you, but my sister was working. She works for the government, and I think she's gone. I'm pretty sure she's gone back to the office now. But she was working from home, and when we would be visiting, like I'd hear her talking, and she'd she would be on the phone talking to one of my other sisters. I'm like, aren't you supposed to be working? And so, yes, it's pure genius because now people are not going to be able to get away with, not going into office and spending 8 hours, like not doing the job that they're paid to be doing by the taxpayer. So
Okay.
I think it's pure genius.
All right, Marco.
And the best thing is, I don't even know what he's going to ask.
You don't.
I do
We're
not.
about to find out now.
Pure insanity.
Pure insanity or pure genius?
Ah.
So Trump recently posted an article written by conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The article was entitled "Shut Up About Egg Prices."
Oh yeah.
Trump is saving consumers millions, and has drawn a lot of attention on social media, along with a lot of criticism. Was that pure genius?
So
His action of posting that, knowing that we are in this us very specific economic climate,
And what did the guy do?
and Trump
Uh-huh.
posted an article
Uh-huh.
about "Shut Up About Egg Prices." Trump is saving consumers millions. Was the move to do that pure genius or pure insanity? The act of doing that, knowing that a lot of people don't necessarily click the article, they just see the headlines,
Right.
and have an emotional reaction to that.
Yeah.
Was that move pure genius or pure insanity?
Can I say something real quick? Sorry.
Sure.
Because I stopped. I'm vegan, so I don't eat eggs anymore. But I was.
How'd you do it? Respect, man.
But I was curious about the price of eggs, and they're like, I usually get like a Walmart delivery. They're like $9 a dozen right now.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Mine were $8.99 last week.
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
I'm sure people are aware, but just in case you
Yeah,
weren't
it
aware.
used to be. I remember they were $1.99.
Yeah.
So, given people's not just their emotional reactions, but their economic circumstances, and the promises that he specifically talked about egg prices on his campaign trail, him making that post, was that a genius move or an insane move? Because I think you could argue both.
Yeah, that's a really difficult one because, like, right when you initially I was going to say pure insanity, and then I kind of went back to genius for another reason. Now I'm back to insanity, and then I feel like my brain is already heading. That's a really tough one, man. I'm going to go reverse psychology on myself and say pure genius for the reason of hypocrisy that nobody cared when things were going up when it wasn't Trump who was in charge. And now everything is amplified since he is in charge, that all of a sudden people care. You know what I mean? People care about everything that they didn't care. And I feel like if this was, let's say if Kamala got elected, it'd be totally okay that egg prices are $20 per egg right now because, that's just how it has to be for us to get back to the winning side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like with Trump, you can't literally, there's that famous picture, he could cure cancer and people would be on the street, I want my cancer back. I didn't give you permission to cure cancer. So, but then there's a part of me that also thinks it's insanity because the reality is shit isn't good, and by making comments like that, you're kind of rubbing it in, right? You're being desensitive, right? But then you're back to any politician being disconnected and desensitive, especially rich people are disconnected and aren't affected by prices. I just think to me, it's a little hypocritical that now people all of a sudden care about egg prices. You know what I mean? It's all of a sudden.
When you argue that they cared about it while he was campaigning, and that's something that he specifically said was talking about egg prices specifically,
Yeah.
as well as groceries and other items, to be aware that people are experiencing economic hardships and to kind of throw back into their face what he promised to.
Yeah, 100%. No. I think that's more. I think that's more just this. I don't think it's insanity. I just think, well, you know what? You could argue it's insanity how disconnected you are. So now you're back to see it is insane because, dude, it's. But listen, I think it's the very reason he got elected because he isn't compassionate, right? He really. If you want somebody who like makes you feel, hey, look, this shit isn't right. I know prices are high. Somebody kind of gives you that hug. He ain't that guy. So it's kind of insane to be disconnected and even say that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good time to say that right now because things are going to get way worse before they get better. So from that aspect, you know what? I'm going to give this a tie. I'm going to say this is pure insane genius.
No.
Decide.
You know what? Decide and defend it.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go insanity on this. Final word, and I'll tell you why. Because
Tone deaf.
I'm 45. I'm still at this place where I've been broke longer than not. And I remember what it's like, not just to live paycheck to paycheck. I remember when there was no paycheck to paycheck, like where you're really fucking like, all right, dude, I really don't know how I'm gonna make rent. Right. And, me and Devin got evicted 4 times. I've been evicted. You're a little bit younger. It's cool. Okay, who gives a shit? Credit score is 300. That's all fixed and great now. But I remember what it's like when you truly, genuinely fucking go to Ralph's. Actually, right here, because we lived in West Hollywood, the one right here on Sunset, and you're like genuinely like, okay, I gotta buy the chuck steak for $2 because you can't do the ribeye. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's insane to post it from a perspective like, hey man, I get what you're doing because that's his MO, but this is not the time to do it. So I'm gonna final word insane on that particular thing. Yeah, 100%. An elected official, a governor of a state. This is beyond just, okay, now we're going to change the word mother. We're going to call a female, a mom, an inseminated person. I'm going to refer to your mother as an inseminated person. How does that make you feel? And is this just the absolute fucking insanity that got us to where we are? Or is this just, yet again, a fucking genius move that somehow everybody fails to see?
So, to be clear, she's calling, the governor wants to call mothers inseminated persons or people that are actively or currently pregnant?
Mothers will be called females, the mothers-to-be will be called inseminated person, yeah.
I mean...
And you suggested many changes. I could pick all 9, but we'd be here for hours. I'm just going to pick the mom thing,
I'm going to go with, that is absolutely insane. I'm assuming that they're wanting to make that change to accommodate for different genders, correct? Or are they just...
No, this was specifically for the female. And Theo can make a good insert with the article and everything, but it was specifically for if you're going to be female mom. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I read it. I mean, when I researched it and what he said, and he defended it even on top of it. But the bottom line is, even if it's gender non-specific, referring to you as an inseminated person.
Yeah, I went into this wanting to just sort of answer on the fly. Just off the top of my head, I think that's insane. I think it's insane. Like, would you want to be called? That's one of the most sterile things that you could call somebody. Mm-hmm. I think if I'm not a woman, but if I was, and you were either a mother or aspiring to motherhood, that's something that's like a cherished thing. I think words matter, and to whitewash it, for lack of a better term, or to take that term and make it put it on a very base level, I think is very disrespectful to mothers. When you told me that question, I was assuming that they were accommodating maybe, because there's transgender men that decide to carry they'll be in a couple and they decide to carry the baby.
Well, even then, I would find it
But
disrespectful.
I was thinking about that on the way here. I was like, in the word pregnant is not gender specific. So in that point, I still would find that very disrespectful. Yeah.
Okay.
Who would want to be? Why would you want to be called? That's like being a parent and being called, being a dad and being called male parental unit. Why the fuck? What the fuck?
Final answer: insanity or genius?
It's insane.
And we have a score of 2-2. I agree. I mean, it's just the fact that now all of a sudden, the word mother now it's just it's fucking mental.
All right, Theo.
Ooh,
So
make it good.
this is going to be on the lighter end.
Mm-hmm.
So Kim Kardashian's ex, Chris Humphries, paid 1/5 of her engagement ring, and when they got a divorce, in part of the settlement was he got the 1/5 of her engagement ring back. Is that insane?
Wow.
Or genius?
Okay, so wait a minute. The engagement ring that he purchased,
He
they
didn't-
purchased together.
Right. He only paid a fifth.
He
of
paid
it.
a fifth. She paid 4/5.
And in the divorce settlement, he got that 1/5 back.
Okay.
Insane or genius?
Oh, that's a great question.
Okay, hold. So the divorce settlement. So they got married. I don't know a lot about Kim Kardashian and her guys.
We could just use it.
So
You just use it generically as any type of divorce settlement. If you are a husband and you pay for 1/5 of your wife's wedding ring, do you think you should get that 1/5 back?
Who paid the other 4/5?
She did.
I mean, well, how much was the ring?
I mean, it's Kim Kardashian. I'm sure he could only afford 1/5 of it.
Well, just to clarify for Theo, she paid her own ring, and he just
4/5 of it. Who else paid it?
And he added to it.
1/5. He
That
didn't even pay for half.
Okay, not that that's the question, but that in itself is insane.
Yeah.
Too bad that's not the question, but yeah. Wow, your question is much meatier, more
Okay,
complicated.
so are you asking if it's insane that he wants his money back?
No, he got his money back. He asked for his money back
Okay.
and got it back.
He asked back.
That was part of his. That was part of the settlement. That was his ask. So
Okay.
the judge granted that, or that was part of the agreement. We don't know if the judge granted that or if she said yes. But the very fact that he asked for it and got it back
Is that insane?
is that
He asked for it
insane
back.
or genius?
Damn.
I mean, looking at it from a financial standpoint, it's genius. I mean, if he asked for it and he got it back, I mean, that's what prenups. I know this is not a prenup situation.
No.
But that's really the only thing that I can really compare to. Because if he could only afford 1/5 of the ring in the first place, and she paid 4/5 of the ring, clearly she can afford it and has money. So why not give him the money back? It was genius on his part.
Genius on his part.
Genius on
Okay.
his part to get that money back.
Fuck, you sold me. Yeah.
I mean, yes, we all want to have this, like, women want to have this, fantasy fairy tale of, like, oh, he bought me this beautiful ring, and but when shit goes south, like.
The final answer.
I would say it's genius on his part, but
Yes.
it's insane that would even be discussed or
Yeah,
even asked for
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I hope that she offered that back, but and maybe this is just being a little too traditionalist. If you're proposing to a woman, and he's not going to be the first male that doesn't completely fund the cost of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think, what does they say it's supposed to be, like
3 salaries.
3 salaries,
3 or 4, yeah, 3 months salaries. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
And it's Kim Kardashian
That's
we're
crazy.
talking about, so
Yeah.
we don't know what size that ring was.
Right.
But I don't know that I probably would ask for. If I wanted my money back, I would probably ask for it another
Yeah,
four.
it just shows you this was all a game
I'd be
show.
like, so that 1/5 I paid on that ring, give me that shit back.
Final answer. Final answer.
I think it's genius. I'm sorry.
It is
I think
genius.
it's
We got
genius.
another
It's
genius. A
genius.
score of 3-2. Wow, it looks like it's up to me to see if we're going to have a tie today or if it's going to be clearly another genius and the genius will outdo the insanity
All right,
today.
so
Wow.
I'm gonna get straight to it.
All right.
There's a show on Bravo. It's kind of like a housewife show. It's called Married to Medicine.
Okay.
It follows physicians and physicians, husbands, wives, husbands.
Okay.
In Atlanta.
Okay.
A black cast.
Okay.
And there is a situation where there was this couple that was married. They ended up getting divorced, but
On the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
it's not Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's called Married to Medicine. It's
Oh, yeah, I heard about it.
it's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
similar to
Yeah,
Real
yeah, yeah,
Housewives
yeah,
of
yeah.
Atlanta.
Okay,
It's
okay.
Doctors' wives.
Okay.
So there was a couple on the show. The couple got divorced.
Uh-huh.
The woman that was married, the woman of the couple, she was not a doctor. She was married to the guy who was a doctor.
Okay.
They got divorced. He got remarried to a younger woman who
Smart man.
really got married to her because she DM'd him and was like, I can give you a baby, which is what this other character, woman Quad, was not ready to do for him, right? And so anyway, now he's remarried,
Uh-huh.
and Quad, the ex-wife, is now dating someone new, and the ex-husband Gregory with the new wife Letitia, they're all on the show. They decided that they wanted to stay on the show and stay within this friend group of film. So you have this ex-wife dating a new guy, and then you have this new wife married to her ex-husband. Are you following that?
Totally with you.
Okay.
So classic LA.
They went on a trip, and these couples,
Together?
It was a cast trip.
Wow.
Okay. They went on this trip together. Stuff went down. The ex-husband is still holding on to feelings from the ex-wife to Quad. Something's there. There was supposedly some physical abuse in the relationship, and so he was speaking to her in a way that the guy that she's currently dating was not cool with.
Oh, okay. Of course. Had
Okay,
to
like,
defend
don't
it, right?
Talk, yes, he was defending her. So there was
Yeah.
a situation that happened on the beach,
Uh-huh.
and a fight broke out.
Uh-huh.
And the fight didn't actually happen. It was broken up.
Uh-huh.
But one of the women on the show, her name is Dr. Heavenly. She is a very polarizing figure. She's just like she says what she wants to say, and then thinks about the consequences later. She's that kind of person.
Right.
And so
Antagonizes on
Got it.
yes, and she's just, to me, I think she's terrible.
Okay.
That's just how I feel about her.
And she analyzed
she's
it?
good television. She didn't analyze anything. She just opens her mouth.
Oh, got it.
She's good television, but I think she's terrible. And I just want to show you this.
Okay.
And this is what she said about that particular situation.
So when you have a conversation with somebody and somebody gets upset and it goes to the left, most men, real men, not gay men, not bitch men, you know what I'm saying? The guys that are kind of soft, but real men are gonna feel like, you know what I mean? Straight men are gonna feel like if you tell my wife to shut the fuck up, I'm gonna have a problem with it. I mean, that's just it is.
So, like I said, I don't think I did this exercise right, but I had some questions about that for you as a straight man.
Right.
But the first thing, as it relates to the segment, is that insanity. I mean, is that insanity or is that pure genius for her to say something like that?
Well, this and Trump is your problem. Look at that. You have a black chick there. That's fucking. Let me tell you something.
She's on Married to Medicine.
Yeah. Well,
She's not running the country.
yeah. Well, yeah. But listen. Oh, thank God. Listen. This woman. If all she was insane, that'd be one thing. She's not insane. She's a fucking idiot. And I tell you for two reasons. First and foremost, I've seen real black couples. I'm not going to say names. That been together for 30 years, like a normal, like straight couple, and get where somebody was talking shit. And you think a fucking white straight man is going to defend his woman? Yeah, white straight man is going to you talk shit about my wife, let alone in front of her or something
But this
like that.
has no racial component to it.
Right. Well, I'm talking about she's talking about straight versus gay, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, of course, I'd kill for my woman, let alone you talking shit to her. But the absolute same is true that I witnessed in a gay couple. You know what I mean? So for her to somehow feel that would be different in a gay relationship, I can tell you from firsthand experience that it's not true, and what she says is absolutely insane. Not only that, but notice the language she's using. What did she say? Bitch man?
Bitch men.
Yeah.
Not gay men, not bitch men.
She's homophobic, which by default makes her fucking insane. So this is to me absolute. Her even responding like that is to me absolute insanity. More so, it's homophobic, and just well, it's not even true. It'd be one thing if it was true, and you can argue, well, look, you might not like it, but it's a fact. But oh man, I tell you one thing: you want to see an angry dude defending his man or woman, it's no different than a gay couple. I tell you that.
Well, I like I said, I missed the mark on the assignment for this one, but I just
I'm not surprised. Look, we don't expect much from you on this show.
Shut up.
If you show up, we're happy.
No.
You know what I mean?
But no,
you're here. You look good.
But I just wanted to ask you this question in particular. I mean, I'm going to assume that you don't agree with what she said, that men are men, gay or straight. You know, like if somebody's
exactly what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody's attacking my sister, I'm not going to back down. I'm going to like go and do what I can to like prevent that from happening. But do you feel like that is the sentiment of most straight men about gay men, or most straight women about gay men? And do you feel like would you ever feel threatened by a gay man physically?
Yeah. No. I'll tell you why. Because
no, you would not feel threatened by a gay man physically.
Oh no, I would. No, I would be. No, listen. No, fucking dude. I see a gay man. Dude, it doesn't matter if they're gay or not. A fucking strong dude is a strong dude. I feel that what I've noticed, and this might sound maybe not the right terminology. I used to work obviously at the Hair Lounge, right, and at the Abbey, and always surrounded a lot with the gay scene, obviously. And I noticed that like in women couples, generally, I'm generalizing. It's okay. I'm generalizing. I admit it.
Women in couples or lesbian couples?
Lesbian couples. I always notice there's like a very dominant person. There's like a woman that truly is like, whoa, you could be a dude, you know? And then the other woman was like what I would consider like a traditional, like actually, I couldn't even tell she's lesbian, right? You know? And I notice a lot of that in my male friends couples. I noticed that one guy's a little bit more dominant, maybe one person a little bit more feminine than the other, or maybe it's not the right words, but that's how I see it. I've rarely seen gay couples where it'd be like two Marcos. It'd be like a Marco, and then the other person will be either more Marco or less Marco, if that makes sense. You know, that's how we straight people perceive it, right? And I've seen many times exactly that happen to gay couples where somebody was another gay couple talking shit about the other man's man or the other woman's woman, and I can tell you there was no fucking difference between gay and straight. Right. The person, the man in the relationship, for a lack of better words, I mean, there'd be no difference in gay or straight. I can tell you that. So what she's saying isn't even based in any kind of reality. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now I've seen couples where both guys are very, I don't know if that's the right word, feminine. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Yeah. You know, and they might not physically maybe be intimidating to a guy, but that doesn't mean you're not going to stand up, right? I mean, you can be a dwarf you're going to stand up to if you feel somebody you love is protected. You brought up a good point. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's your boyfriend or mother or anybody, right? Mm-hmm. Case in point, I was a bartender at Ledoux. Some guy started talking shit to my sister, and dude, I walked up, and I'm telling you, man, that guy looked at me, dude, and he was like, he knew I was ready to fucking just do what I had to do, call the cops on myself. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he backed off very fast. So when you love somebody, you stand up for them. That I don't think that has anything to do with what she's saying. She's completely not even in the real world. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. We have our verdict.
Insane.
Wait, does that make it 3-3?
It's 3-3.
Oh,
3-3.
Oh, I got a surprise for you guys. I was trying to educate myself with LGBTQT terminology. And we played this game last time.
LGBTQ. What did you just say?
I don't know. I can't keep up with that.
LGBTQ.
I can't keep up.
IA plus.
And we played this game a few weeks ago where you guys asked me the terminology, and it was super fun because I'm straight. I didn't know. But then I went to the Montclair State University LGBTQ Center. They're still missing a lot of things. Not good. They're racist. And I was like, hey, let me see. let me see if they know their terms, right? Because, you know, I'm expecting 20, 30 terms. Well, it turns out, and Theo will do a great insert, we're starting at A, and this is just 19 pages.
There's a lot of...
There's a lot of terms. And by the way, these are the officially accepted, sanctioned, LGBTQ plus minus center approved terms.
By
What is
who?
that governing body?
Okay, exactly. Who is that?
Oh, I'll call your president. All right. So I
We don't
decided.
have one. That's what we want to know. Who
Who's the president of the gays?
I think this is
authorized these?
this
What
segment
makes
is
it
already a
official?
success. I like it. So, I literally this is like spinning the wheel. There's like 800 of them. I'm literally just gonna go like this and see where the wheel ends up, and then ask both of you to see if you can describe what it is. I of course know the famous ones, but apparently this is all the sanctioned and approved ones. Okay, are you ready?
Sanctioned.
So, sanctions. Yeah. Are you ready? We're gonna go and watch. And stop. Okay. Ready? All right. Here's the first one, and we're gonna do two each. Okay. All right. Wait. I gotta do that again. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start with Duane.
All right.
Stealth.
Stealth?
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue.
Okay, Theo, do you make sure the camera's still running? Stealth. Do you know what stealth is? Don't look over.
Is stealth like someone who is down low?
All right, stealth. This term refers to when a person chooses to be secretive in the public sphere about their gender history, either after
stealth.
transitioning or while successfily passing.
Oh, so-
Also referred to as going stealth.
Oh, so it's like gender related.
Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't hear you properly. Stealth.
Stealth. Yeah, what did I say?
You said stealth.
I heard stealth.
She's being fucking racist.
I'm-
You know, is
being xenophobic.
It's the accent.
As you can tell, and I apologize, I'm clearly not sitting with true gays here. They're amateur gays because a real
not
man
hard.
would know. All right, we're going to the top.
Okay.
And Theo, next one's for you. So, wow, you both didn't know that.
No.
And again, we spin. Ready? And we are. All right, here we go. The register. Oh, here we go. All right. Aromantic or aromantic. Aromantic.
It's. I mean,
By the way, if I can just say, this thing spins for three pages. You know, when you do on the Mac. Okay, I'm still in A.
Holy shit.
Okay, just so we're clear on this, I'm still in A after 3 spins. Okay.
okay, so let me just say. I mean,
Aromantic.
I don't know that that's specific to LGBT.
No, this is specific.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, someone who's not romantic or that doesn't have those romantic tendencies when they're in a relationship with someone.
Okay, what do you think it is? And I don't know till I read it.
Just putting like the suffix and the root word together.
Okay.
I
We
would
might have to
say-
do this every episode. This is awesome.
I would say aromantic would be. Well, if it's not a romantic relationship, I would think you would use the word platonic. So if it's aromantic, I would think that maybe it has to do with a sexual connection that is void of romance.
Okay. Aromantic or aromantic. A person who experiences little or no romantic attraction. The aromantic attribute is usually considered an innate attribute rather than a choice. Aromantic people typically get their empathetic support from platonic relationships. All right.
So similar. So this would be like
Kinda, yeah.
asexual, but
Yeah.
with
Yeah, I guess so.
Sex.
I
Got
guess
it.
so. All right, pretty fucking good. All right, one more, one each.
All
This
right.
is pretty good. Okay, I'm going to try to get into like out of the A's. Okay.
No, I saw that.
There you go. Okay.
Ask him that one.
No, I can't pronounce it. Okay, all right. Sapiosexual. Sapiosexual.
a sapiosexual.
Okay, that's an official word in the LGBT sanction community.
is-
Sapiosexual.
is someone that is attracted to like intelligence.
Okay, Theo?
Someone who is attracted to everyone, every type of person.
Okay, sapiosexual. A person who is emotionally, romantically, sexually, affectionately, or relationally attracted to intelligence and its use. How the fuck is that sexual? That's just a normal human being. What does
Not
that have to do with
necessarily.
LGBTQ?
Oh, wait,
I'm attracted to
I'm a
it.
bit of that.
What?
If someone is intelligent
Uh-huh.
and they were to go off and like speak at length about something in a very interesting manner,
Yeah.
I would find that attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it attractive. Like if I'm singling at some conference meeting, I see some chick walk up and give a speech, and she's successful and a business person, I'll be attracted. I said, does that make me sapiosexual?
I think it's a little bit, that terms that confidence and intellect are one of the most attractive things outside of like your physical aesthetic.
Yeah.
I think with a sapiosexual is like that. It's a little bit even more pronounced. Like it's not
Okay.
just an attractive trait about you. Like it's a turn on, a full on turn on that you're. But that doesn't mean that like just because you're extremely intelligent, that would preclude like every other thing. It couldn't be like. And this is no offense. Like some people like larger people, some people don't. Like if
Right.
it's like severely outside of my type, that wouldn't override it.
Right.
But if you were extremely intelligent on a certain issue, or just in general, and could speak at length of it, that would really turn me on.
All right. Butch 1, Butch 2. Wow, I guess we can figure out what that is. All right, let me scroll and homosexual. We know what that is. Okay.
Nope, no clue.
Nope.
All right. Omnisexual.
Omni.
Uh-huh. Omnisexual. Oh, you guys have to study. You're letting your community down.
I got one.
Omni, like
You're never going to be welcome back to Mickey's again.
I don't want to go back to Mickey.
Oh,
Don't worry about that.
Most of those terms we don't know.
We know the ones that matter. Omni. Omni's
Omnisexual.
like omniscient is like all knowing, right? So it would be all like, that's what I just said for the last one, right?
Omni, like the prefix,
Isn't it like all
would
encompassing?
be multiple. I don't know if it's all. Like omni-channel means multiple channel, wouldn't, or yeah, maybe it's all. I think maybe it's all.
So then maybe it's what I thought sapiosexual was.
I can't remember what CP was.
What I
Omnisexual.
thought it was.
Omnisexual, a person who is sexually attracted to all sexes or gender identities.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be pansexual, or are they the same thing?
Let's see if there's a pan.
No, there's a
A
pan.
pansexual,
sir.
A person who is emotionally, romantically, sexually, affectionately, or relationally attracted to people regardless of the gender identity or biological sex. It's the same fucking thing.
But you said You said emotionally is omni emotionally.
No, omni, a
too?
person who is sexually only attracted to all
Okay.
sexes or gender
That's a little
identities.
different.
Okay, just like yeah.
You know what? Here's our tiebreaker.
Okay.
Here's our tiebreaker. We're going to end this episode on a beautiful full circle. The last 3 minutes, insanity or genius?
Genius.
Okay? The last 3 minutes, insanity or genius? Is it just not enough to just be gay or lesbian anymore? Now we have 618 terms for the LGBTQ center.
Oh,
by the way,
that's
they're
what-
missing.
That's what you meant by the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, the last 3 minutes were genius. Trust me, they were a brilliant episode. But
okay.
okay.
You want to answer first? You want me to?
I'm still thinking about
you
it.
know what?
I'll answer
like-
first. I'll answer first. I feel like
Hold the thought. I gotta hit you with this because I just saw this and now my brain cannot unsee it.
okay.
Scoliosexual.
Attracted to people with scoliosis. Is that what it is?
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I haven't read it. I don't know. Scoliosexual.
I would hope that it's not specific to scoliosis.
I hope not.
Maybe like scolio is
like
something
it.
with like your
Scoliosexual.
into people's backs.
Your guess? Your guess before I read it out.
I'm staying by what I said. You're sexually attracted to people that have scoliosis.
Wow. An attraction to transgender individuals, more specifically non-binary individuals. This does not generally describe an attraction to specific genitalia or birth assignments, but rather is an inclusive term. It is slightly controversial label, and for that reason, some people usually choose to use the word heterosexual or stereosexual, however it's pronounced, instead, even though it's meant for non-binary people only, scoliosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that-
Okay.
I don't think that's.
I think we're going with insanity.
I'm gonna
I would,
There's too much.
what you were saying, I think like I understand that people want specific terms for themselves, but
Inseminated
it
person.
gets to be a little too much. At some point, I think, and I don't know. I think maybe you just identify yourself as as what you are, but because I don't think that it's logical to expect if we don't know all those terms. I don't think our mainstream straight friends would know them either.
Right.
It looks like we have a winner today, ladies and gentlemen. It's an insane world. It's an insane world. We'll see how next
Crazy.
episode goes. Very,
Lot
very, very
out there.
crazy. Can't wait. I'll be back with that segment next time I host, which is probably never. I'll be probably fired after this episode. I wouldn't blame them, but you know, it is what it is. Guys, subscribe, like, refer, join in on the fun. I'm telling you, thanks for all the great feedback. Thanks for watching the last few weeks. We've been so blessed with your comments and support. And this was a fun episode. Fun to be back in the saddle. Look, I know why you're here. You're here for me. But, you know, these two guys do make me look good. And that way I don't have to talk alone for an hour. And, you know, you can kind of zoom in and just kind of trim them, cut them out.
Comments.
Yes.
Wait, on that note, I'll give myself a... And we'll see you next week.